Good day, everyone. Good day. All right, let me know where you are streaming in from, where you're watching from. All right, so put your city and state. If you're in, you can put your country in there as well. But let's go ahead and put your city and state. Let me know where you're streaming from. If this is your first time, let me know. Hey, it's my first time. So put that in the chat, put that in the comments, all of that good stuff. All right, put that in there. So I'm excited to have you here. We're going to talk about burning the backup plan, how to stay 100% committed to your goals. So I'm going to check here and see, do we have any comments yet? Come on, put a comment in. Where are you streaming from? Where are you coming in from? Anybody coming in from West Coast, the East Coast, coming in from the US? Anyone coming in from New Zealand? Any of those. So let me know where you're coming in from. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to comment as well. Spread the word, let people know that I am live and we're just getting started. All right. So yes, put it in here, put it in. Where are you streaming and watching from? So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm Coach Trev, the accountability coach, and I am here to present this topic. I'm excited about this topic here. Many of us have these things, and so we want to learn how we can stay 100% committed to our goals. Burn the backup plan. Many times we're told to have a backup plan, but let's go ahead and jump in. All right. Let's make sure everything is on and everything is tuned. So go ahead, put in where you are here, put in where you're streaming in from. So I can engage, let me know if I need to visit. And thank you so much. All right, so burn the backup plan. We want to commit to success with no way out. So you'll see the subtitle is Ready to Transform Hesitation into Unstoppable Momentum. This workshop is going to reveal why your safety net may be your biggest obstacle to success. It sounds like an oxymoron, but we're going to jump in and get it started. So many times when it comes to your goals, we're told to always have a backup plan. You know, have a plan B, have a plan C, a plan D, all the way down to Z. So the question though is, what if your backup plan's hurting you? What if that's the thing that's holding you back? Because you know you can always fall back to this. Right? So let's talk about the hidden trap of plan B. Well, one of the things is that plan B, it's a safety net that weakens your commitment. What I mean by weakened commitment, meaning that your backup plan, it creates in your mind psychological permission to fail. Now, you wouldn't think it does that, but understand that the brain is programmed. The default setting is to stay with what's familiar, to stay what's comfortable, to say, you're trying something new, we're always back here. We're always back here. So you're being pulled in that sense. There's always that pull that's there. And that's been happening to all of us. It's been happening for centuries, decades, millennia. So the challenge is, though, is that if you have a backup plan, it's going to really weaken your energy and your push towards your plan A. So, that's going to be the challenge. Instead of problem solving, you're going to be retreating. Now, another trap of plan B is that it divides your focus. And when you have divided focus, that's going to dilute your results. You're going to now see and understand that when you're focusing on so many areas, you're going to see there's going to be little progress made. Even now, I remember when I was applying for different positions, just finished college, finished getting a degree. I had just been applying for things, applying online, applying in person. One of the key things was, can you multitask? That was a job description. That was in the description of the position. Can you multi-class? You got to be great at multitasking. Now, science has proven that really multitasking takes away from your energy. So if you're out there and you're attempting to do so many things, really, you're going to hurt yourself. And all those projects are going to hurt because you're attempting to do them all at once, put a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's hurting you and it's hurting the results. It's hurting having any type of impactful results, and it's distracting. That's a key thing too. So understand that the hidden trap of plan B is that divided focus is going to dilute your results. You split that attention in multiple options, it's going to reduce the effectiveness, right? One other thing is that it's a subconscious self-sabotage. Why? Because your mind creates excuses when escape loops exist. If you know that you can go this way, take a left, take a right, instead of doing the main thing, your mind is going to default to that because it's familiar. It says, wait a minute, there's an escape route. I don't have to put my effort into this unknown ground. As I said, our minds default to safety. It keeps you in that survival mode. So yes, that's one of the hidden traps of plan B, the subconscious sabotage. If there's an easy way out, it's going to lower your urgency and lower your commitment. It's like a ship at sea. If there's no way back, basically you fight harder to win. So does this all make sense? Is this all landing in? Like you divide your focus, the multitasking, you see the loss of effectiveness. If that's me, put me in the chat. Put me into the chat. Put it in below that, yeah, this is me. This is me. I've tried to do so many things. I'll start it off. I'll put the me in the chat as well. I've been in that position. You have so many things you want to do, you don't get anything done at all. So this is the hidden trap of plan B. Your safety net, it weakens your commitment, it dilutes your results, and there's subconscious self-sabotage. Now, you may ask, what are some signs that your backup plan is holding you back? What's some signs that it's reducing your urgency, it's diluting your results? Well, one of the signs is chronic hesitation. Let me ask, well, what do I mean by chronic hesitation? Meaning that you overthink decisions and delay taking meaningful actions. So there are some decisions that you need to make where it's really just a quick yes or no, A or B. However, when you have a backup plan there and it's holding you back, you begin to overthink. So A turns into a paragraph, B turns into a paragraph rather than it just being simple multiple choice. Or the yes, there's a condition tied, there's a no tied to it. So there's that chronic hesitation that's holding you back. Another thing that's holding you back is self-doubt. So you're in this cycle of self-doubt where you question your capabilities when challenges arise. You've done this before. There's evidence of it. You've been in familiar areas, but now because you're doing something new and you have this backup plan here, you're now start to doubt yourself. You question what you've been able to do. You question your access, your skills, your talent, all those things that you've been refining and defining. All those arise. Right? Another thing that is a sign of you holding back is easy surrender. You quickly abandon goals when you're faced with obstacles. So anytime there's a bit of a challenge, there's something may take longer. You didn't anticipate that you would have to put more effort. You thought it was going to be done in this time frame, and it's taking a little bit longer. You have to make it extra. You have to run an extra errand in order to get this done. Anytime that you have any type of obstacle, you're ready to just throw in the towel. Oh, I'm good. I'm all set. I got to do all that. Let me throw my hands up. Yeah. that's a strong sign. All right. And then there's the constant restarts. You repeatedly begin new projects without finishing the others. You don't have that finisher mindset. Does that land? Is that hitting home with people? If this is me, you've done this, you've had this the chronic hesitation, the self-doubt cycle, the constant restarts, the easy surrender, you know, put me in the chat. But that's me. Or, number one, chronic hesitation. Oh, I'm self-doubt, I'm constant restarts, or maybe easy surrender. One of these is yours. Yeah. So definitely in that. Hey, Sydney. So yes, these are some of the signs that your backup plan is holding you back, that because you have a safety net, that makes failure an option. Yeah, it does. You got a plan B, you're like, okay, cool, I can fail. I'm good. Reducing your urgency, reducing your commitment, taking away from the energy that you can put towards stepping into that unfamiliar new territory that's going to give you the growth and the gain that you need for your goals. So what's the answer? What's the answer? So this is the burn the boat strategy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, let me just remind you. There was a historian, the famous story of Hernan Cortez, the Cortez method. Now, he had landed upon an island. He had an army with him. The army thought the island was easy to overtake, when all of a sudden, as they're going along through the jungle, boom, they encounter resistance forces, and they seem to be outnumbered. Now, they've got two choices. They can either go back to the boats and sail away, or they got to fight on. Cortez saw this in their eyes. He saw this in the men. He's overhearing the murmuring, the rumors and all that. So what does he do? He gets rid of option A. He goes back and actually literally burns the boats. The boats that they came in, their only mean of transportation. Boats gone. Oars, all that. There is no getting back. You're not swimming. There's no yacht coming by. It's a wrap. Boats burn. So what happened? His army had no choice but to win. There was no choice left. That was it. There was no fallback plan, no safety net, no plan B. Plan B, the B stood for burn. And so Cortez burned. So now this is why this is helpful. Because when you burn your boats, then you're going all in. So let's walk through this, all right? Has anybody heard that story before? If you have, say I have, what I have in there. I have, raise your hand, give me a thumbs, give me a like, comments, all that good stuff, all right? So let's jump in. Key number one, eliminate escape routes. And this is big one. Make public commitments that create accountability. Well, you said you were going to, yeah, you said that. You put that out publicly. I can rewind and play. I can cut it in half speed. I can play it 2 times the speed. I can download, I can break it up, send it to you, email it to you, text it to you. This is you. You said, right, when you make those public commitments, you put yourself out there. You say that this is what you're going to do. If you say that you're going to complete a project by the end of this month, by the beginning of next month, or you're going to complete something by the beginning of this week, and you put that out there publicly, people will hold your feet to the fire. So there's no escape strategy. You got to do it, because that public statement creates accountability. Now, next thing, focus resources. When you remove your escape routes, what you do is you focus your resources. That way you direct not some, not partial, but all your energy goes towards your primary goal, period. What's your primary goal? It goes towards that, all right? You direct it all. There's no pause. There's no hesitation. You're just moving forward, all right? And there's no escape routes. This is the burn the boat strategy. Next, it builds resistance. Why? Because what happens is now your energy is focused not on escape plans, but it's focused on problem solving skills. Because you have your goal. There's nothing behind you. You're not looking in the rear view. You're looking through the windshield. You're driving straight forward. All gas, no brakes, no escape plan. So now all your energy goes towards your goals and you build resilience by developing problem solving skills because you're all in. You're all in. Is this landing? Is this landing? Saying landing. Type landing. Type landing. This resonates. This is here. And next is it creates momentum, not motivation, creates momentum because the small wins that you have as you're focusing all your energy towards your primary goal, that fuels your persistent action. It fuels persistent action and it builds consistency, right? So that way, all your forces, all your, going all in, it really builds up your creative solutions and it builds up your resilience, right? So, and you need to tell yourself that you're resilient. Tell yourself that you are consistent, that your goal is just a step away. It's just a step away. Right? So let's go through some steps now. And there's only 3 steps, only 3 steps. Previous times I've done more. Let's just do these 3 steps. So step 1, let's identify what's holding you back. How do we do that? So 1, you got to examine your goals. Which goals make you nervous? Think about it. What are the goals that you have out there that's filling you with anxiety, that makes you tremor? These likely have hidden plan Bs, meaning that there's an escape route. So that's one way of identifying what's holding back. Continuing on, you also want to identify your safety nets. What excuses do you keep ready? Why? Because these reveal your backup plans. What are the excuses? Oh, I didn't have the time. Oh, something else came up. This person needed my attention. I got a phone call. I got a text. I didn't sleep well. I went to bed too late, got up too early. This dog was barking. It disturbed my. Got to identify your safety nets. What are they? Next, notice your hesitation patterns. Where do you consistently hold back? Where is it? Is it externally, internally? Because where you hold back, that's where your plan B is operating. That's where it is. It's hiding in that space. And next, you have to question your commitments. Are you truly all in or just partially committed with an exit strategy right there? Gotta go. I'm gone. See you later. So when you identify what's holding you back, you examine your goals, identify your safety nets, notice your hesitation patterns, and question your commitments. Now, that's identified. Once you do that, we talked about this, you now remove your escape routes. All right? Remove your escape routes. So set non-negotiable deadlines. Deadlines create urgency and commitment. Like right now, put it in the chat. What's something that's non-negotiable to you? Doesn't have to be to your goals, but give me an example of what's non-negotiable. You know that. It could be something along the lines of before I engage people, I have to have a cup of coffee. It could be something along the lines of anytime I meet someone, I have to greet them. I don't just jump in. That's non-negotiable. I always start with a greeting. Something else that could be non-negotiable is that you start your day with gratitude, with the moment, with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of gratitude mindset, meditation. Could be along those lines. So what are some non-negotiables? Write that down. Because when you identify non-negotiables in other areas of your life, you now begin to key in on what are some non-negotiables that you should have for your goals. And so this first one, when we remove the escape route, as it says, set non-negotiable deadlines. These are hard, these are fast, done deal. So those deadlines, they create urgency and they build commitment. Now, next, you want to eliminate distractions. Remove options that dilute your focus. Now, your distractions, they could be external or internal. So if it's external, yep, you're gonna have to really close your window, put a sign up on your door, shut everything off, hide remotes, put your phone in another room, and have a physical alarm clock or a timer and set it for a period of time. This is when I'm working. That's it. Non-negotiable. Eliminate distractions. Next, make public declarations. Talked about that earlier. Tell others about your commitment. When people know what you're going to do, they're going to begin to expect. So, so when are you going to start your project? So when are we going to see you at the gym? Hey, when are you going to join the walking group? When are you going to join our book reading group? When are you going to join our journaling group? Oh, hey, you said you were going to start a blog. I haven't seen it yet. When is it coming out? You begin to make those public declarations and accountability will find you. Trust me. That's coming from an accountability coach. All right. Fourth thing to do, along with another thing when it comes to removing your escape route, create financial stakes. You've got to invest resources so turning back becomes costly. Many times people will look for the free thing. If I look for the free thing, if I'm not paying for it, then I don't have much invest in the game. But no, you've got to invest resources, time, money. Those are things that you will hit home and saying, okay, if I take my money, take this portion and put it towards this, it's got to pan out because now if I don't do this, it's done. Like I made a decision today and I'm going to follow through with it. There's something that I've been paying for, haven't been using, time to cut the cord, put the money somewhere else that could be much more beneficial to me and keep it moving. All right. It's not about having money out there just because it's out there. No, it's really about making sure that your resources are being used to the utmost and that it's burning the boats. It's for your primary goal. All right. Now, third thing, step 3, we've got to reframe failure as growth. How do we do that? When setback occurs, this is a time when you face obstacles or failure on your path. That's going to be what we call a setback. So what do you do then? You've got to move forward. You continue with your improved knowledge and resilience. Not only do you move forward, you've got to extract the lesson from it. So setback occurs. Something happens where there's an obstacle, there's a challenge. You thought that you were going to get this result, but you didn't. You thought if you put this amount in, you didn't get the result you expected. So what do? Find out what happened. What can you learn from it? Find out that. You've got to have the mindset and make sure that you adopt the mindset. Say, what can I learn from it? So find out what happened, be detailed about it, and what can you learn? Then you move forward. You continue with that improved knowledge and that resilience, and you then adjust your approach. You modify your strategy based on your new insights. This is about making those adjustments. The adjustments can be big or small. My suggestion is incremental so that you're building small wins. That consistency, that's building momentum, building resilience. So you reframe the failure as growth. Landing? Sounds good? Everyone say reframe. If this is making sense, put reframe in the comment. Put it there in the chat. All right, let me check. All right, so reframe. Don't look at it as failure, look at it as growth, look at it as learning. Now, once you do that, you then put yourself as a high achiever. You're like, oh, I don't know about that. That's it right there. You change the words you speak about yourself. So you're a high achiever. You're on here, you're watching this live, or you're watching this on the replay. If you're watching this live, please put hashtag live on here. And if you're watching this on a replay, put hashtag replay. Why do I want you to put hashtag replay? Because then when you put hashtag replay, that will notify me that, hey, you asked about it. So if you have any questions, then I'll go back and I'll be able to come back and assist you with that. So that's why I say put hashtag live, put hashtag replay in there. So I want to be able to come back and help you with that so you can move forward, burn the boats, stay committed to your goals. So as a high achiever, you want to have a target selection. Choose one meaningful objective that excites you. What's that one thing that's like, ooh, I want to do this? You know, gives you chills. You know, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about what it feels like. What are you doing? You know, how does it happen? Who's around? Who's in that area? So that's an important thing. Now, progress tracking. This is important to measure key metrics to maintain your momentum. All right, progress tracking. So track what you're doing from Monday through Friday. How did you progress? Did you get more? Did you progress on? What did you learn? How did that have an impact? How did you implement it? All those things there, all right? All those things there. That's important. That's key. So measure your key metrics. Then there's time blocking. You've got to schedule some uninterrupted time or deep work sessions. So let me break that down because I can say it very quickly, but it goes right by. Schedule, boom. All right, so we set a schedule. Could be 7, 8, 9. Uninterrupted, very important. Circle that, big up, huge, massive font, skywrite it, uninterrupted time. Deep work sessions. These are deep. You're not just doing light work where you're writing a sentence here, boom. No, these are going to be deep work sessions that you're doing that's moving you closer to your primary goal. And then distraction defense. I like that. So you got to create systems that protect your focus environment. You know, you've got to put blocks up. And it could be really covering up things. There may be some things you get lost in that every time you see it, it pulls you away. So now you got to throw something over it. It could be an article of clothing. It could be taking it out of the room or whatever. But you've got to make sure you have a distraction defense. Now, as we move forward to this, as we're rounding this up, what's going to help is the power of accountability when it comes to burning your boats. So how can this help you? One, find your accountability partner. Select someone who won't accept your excuses. They've heard it, or they haven't heard it. But either way, they know it. They know what you're aiming for, and they're not going to be a yes person. Next, you've got to create stakes that are set meaningful consequences for missed opportunities. So if you miss something, what's at stake? What's out there that you're going to miss out on? So because it's got to be something that's going to have an impact. It can't just be something random. It's got to be something that's really impacts you, that has deep meaning. Now, establish regular check-in schedules. Because regular progress reviews, they not only maintain momentum, but they build it up. They add to it. They push you along. They build your resilience, your consistency, your patience, your endurance. They build those things there. And you can also join a commitment community. So you surround yourself with others that are pursuing big goals. That's a key thing. So when you're around people that are doing massive things, they're earning this or doing this or they have this, then that's going to really help you with that because that's all you see are these habits of people pushing themselves forward. Right? It's landing for you, accountability. This is landing for you, say me, put me in the comments, me in the comments. Now, as you're burning the boats, it's important to make sure you have that commitment mindset because this is a shift. You've got to recognize the cost of inaction. Really, I mean, take it out. Get a calculator. Remember those? The calculators? Still got them. Calculate what hesitation is really costing you. Find out what's the time, the energy that you're losing. What are the doors you're missing, the opportunities that you're missing because of hesitation? All right. Once again, reframe obstacles as growth. You've got to look at your challenges and see them as necessary steps for your growth and for your success. Not only that, it's important to embrace productive discomfort. So it's not being uncomfortable for the sake of being uncomfortable. Know that this discomfort is because you're being productive. You've got to learn to recognize the growth-inducing feelings, those things, those emotions out there that are pushing you forward, that are pushing you there. Okay? So that's where we're at with the burn the boats here. So now, what are your next steps from this workshop to action? One, achieve your vision. So you've got to experience the breakthrough results of total commitment. All right. So you've got to create that plan. And when you create that plan of breakthrough and results of total commitment, then now you're moving from thought to action. There's no escape plan. You've also got to apply the focus system that we talked about. Implement the strategy with an exclusive action guide. So if you're interested in having a guide for the focus system that I put up, put the word guide into the comment. Put guide in the comment, all right? And I'll create a guide for you. Send that out and follow up to make sure that you're putting it into action. And last, you make sure you implement accountability systems. Stay accountable to your goals. And it's best to do it with a coach, with somebody that can not only help you with and are only going to keep your feet to the fire and help you with your goals, but also going to provide suggestions and going to get the best out of you by questioning your movements and having you rediscover those talents and things inside of you. Because that's what a coach really does. Okay? So that's it. I'm going to stop the share. See if there are any questions. Any questions? The goal of this really is to make sure that your energy is going towards your primary goals, that you're moving, you're focusing there, that any plan Bs you have are removed and that your energy is not diluted, but it's focused. You're not dividing your attention. You're not allowing your mind to come up with excuses because your plan B is an acceptable failure. Don't accept that. Learn, grow, build resilience, build endurance, add to your momentum, all those things there. Okay? Now, as I said, if you're interested in a guide for your focus system, put guide into the comment and I will send that out to you. So I want to thank you all for attending. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, private message. If you're interested in scheduling a brainstorming session, if you wanted to discuss what are ways that you can remove your plan B and divert all your energy to that, then get on my calendar. Go to talkwithtrevor.com, schedule a time, and we'll sit and we'll make something that's customized just for you. Right? This will be a time. And if you're interested in going beyond that, we can discuss that. But let's get together. Let's get on Zoom. Let's get here. Let's talk face to face. Let's come away with an action plan from that quick meeting that you can put in still today at this moment without any hesitation. All right. So I want to thank you all so much for attending. As I said, if you're watching this live, put hashtag live on a comment. If you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay. So that way, if you are watching this on the replay, you see this and you put guide, I know when to come back to reach out to you to make sure you get that guide that I've spoken about here regarding the focus system. Okay? So I want to thank you all so much. I look forward to connecting you all in the next workshop. Be sure you hit notifications for any time that I post any material or if I decide to go live. Right? So I want to thank you all so much. Have a great day and be sure to reach out and be sure, burn your boats, focus your energy, stay committed. Be 100%, not 90, not 95, 100% committed to your goals. I'll see you all in the next workshop.